one of the reasons that I hate having any form of conversation with religious people, right? I don't engage with religious people. The reason is they are very disconnected to reality. So it's like whatever you're saying, even though you make sense, it will fly over their heads. They just will not get it, right? Because somebody is here telling me there is no such thing as luck or probability when two adults successfully maintain a healthy relationship for many years. Same thing if it fails. Marriage is like, aside from marriages even, there is such a thing as luck, and that is why it exists in the English dictionary. The reason why that word is in existence is because that thing is actually in existence. But you would have pastors saying things like, oh, there's no such thing as luck, everything is either God favors you. There is such a thing as luck. I don't care if it was God that favored you or whatever, or it is by your prayer or your faith or something, but I do believe there's something like luck, especially for women in relationships. Women like to believe that, yeah, there's a place of you putting in the work for your relationship to work, but at the end of the day, it is not only by your effort or by your knowledge that relationship works. Why? Because whatever effort you're putting in, it has to align with the will of the other participants in the relationship. So what I was talking about in where this person commented is that luck has to happen because your own effort or your effort or in effort or whatever has to align by luck with the will of the person, right? But because religion believes in praying for a person to change, so they believe that God can bypass a person's will, so they tend to not understand when you're talking about luck being your own effort or in effort being in alignment with the will of a person. Especially for women, for a relationship to work, it has very little to do with what a woman does or does not do. Typically, men determine the success of marriages. I know that this may be something strange, but for every marriage that you know, the success or failure of that marriage is mostly dependent on the men. Because at the end of the day, we live in a patriarchy. So it's either the person acts right or he does not act right. So your happiness is not only about what you do, right? If the person also has the willingness to also be a participating member or partner of that relationship, that is only when that relationship will work, right? Women put themselves through a lot to ensure that relationships work. When you speak with a woman who entered marriage and it did not work, when you speak with her extensively, it has very little to do with what she did not do or what she did in that relationship. At the end of the day, men have a problem within society, right? And it is a systemic problem, but they also have a problem of socialization. Men are socialized really poorly. So any social construct that you have to do with men, you're going to have problems. And that includes business. Running business with men is also problematic. I have been operating like a cooperative organization for like some form of a cooperative for over 5 years now, right? And I can guarantee you that there is no woman who has given me headache in that cooperative. But I'm yet to meet one man that joined that did not give me headache. They all do. They all do. Right? So I just found a way to deal with them. And that's what I just use. So men have a problem with socialization. Their socialization works against what is right. Let me just say. I just don't want to sound insulting because today I'm not in the mood. But let me just say men are socialized really poorly. And let me leave it there.